Hello everyone and welcome to Barca News. It's January 7th, 2023 and it's reported that Frankie de Jong has been chosen as the replacement for Sergio Busquets in that pivot position. Also, Barcelona are determined on signing Vitor Roque from Atletico Paranaense, and it's reported that Benjamin Pavard has contacted the club in order to offer his services. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and once again, just a reminder that I'm currently conducting a Barcelona jersey raffle where the winner is going to get to pick which Barcelona jersey they'll get to take home, whether it's the home kit, away kit, or the third kit. And the winner will also get to pick which name and number will be printed on the back and what size of jersey as well. Now, all you have to do to participate in this raffle is to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment on tomorrow's video, which is when Barcelona are gonna face off against Atletico de Madrid. Now, I did have a difficult time contacting the winner of the last raffle that I did, so much so that I had to pick a new winner because I couldn't get a hold of the original winner. So I do ask when you leave a comment on tomorrow's video that you leave a form of contact so I can contact you, such as an email address, your Instagram handle, or your TikTok handle, so I can inform you if you have won, because I will need some details from you, such as your address and of course which Barcelona jersey you want, the size, and the name and number that will be printed on the back. Now we'll begin with the news that after today's draw, Barcelona now know who their opponent will be in the round of 16 of the Copa del Rey, and Barcelona have drawn Ceuta. Now, Ceuta is the last remaining team from the third division of the Spanish league, but don't let that fool you because Ceuta will be a difficult opponent as they eliminated Elche in the round of 32. Now, this match will be played on either the 17th, 18th, or 19th of January, and if Barcelona win, they will play the quarterfinals of the Copa del Rey the following weekend. Now on to the news that Real Madrid dropped points today in La Liga's race after they lost against Villarreal 1-2. And if Barcelona win their match tomorrow against Atletico de Madrid, they will be 3 points clear of Los Blancos. Now Real Madrid have drawn Villarreal in the Copa del Rey as well. So if Villarreal can have a repeat of today's match, then we could see Real Madrid being eliminated in the round of 16 from the Spanish Cup. Now on to the news that it's reported that Xavi has chosen Frankie de Jong in order to replace Sergio Busquets in that pivot position. Now, as we've been talking about for quite some time, Sergio Busquets' contract will expire with Barcelona at the end of the season. And as such, Barcelona have been tasked with the very difficult job of trying to find a replacement for what was the best pivot that we have had in the history of FC Barcelona. Now, given that Xavi is not quite convinced with all the names that the sporting committee have offered him as far as replacement for Sergio Busquets, it seems that the Spanish coach has decided that Frankie de Jong will be the replacement for Sergio Busquets in that pivot position. Now, as we've been talking about for quite some time, Xavi's favorite option to replace Sergio Busquets is Real Sociedad's midfielder Martin Zubimendi. However, Barcelona are now willing to pay his €60 million release clause, given the difficult financial situation that the club are currently going through. Now, the sporting committee's favorite option to replace Sergio Busquets is Ruben Neves, whose agent Jorge Mendes has already arranged for the transfer of the player from Wolverhampton to Barcelona. And this transfer is only pending the green light from Xavi, who is reportedly not quite convinced on having Ruben Neves as a replacement of Sergio Busquets. Now, despite Xavi choosing Frankie de Jong to be Busquets' replacement in the pivot position, this actually makes the possibility of Ruben Neves arriving in Barcelona more real. Now, if Frankie de Jong becomes the pivot, then Barcelona are going to have to sign a replacement for him in that interior position, which is the position that Frankie de Jong has usually played in. And since Xavi considered Ruben Neves as more of an interior rather than a pivot, then this makes the possibility of Ruben Neves arriving in Barcelona more real because he could be the replacement of Frankie de Jong in that interior position. Now, when you also take into consideration other factors such as the fact that Jorge Mendes has already arranged for the transfer of the player and that he would arrive as a low cost, then it makes it even more real that Ruben Neves could arrive in Barcelona, especially since Jorge Mendes is a very persistent agent and he always succeeds in placing his players in whatever club he wants them to play in. Now, speaking of players arriving in the club, it's reported that Barcelona are insisting on signing Vitor Roque. Now, as I mentioned in previous videos, Pedro Roque is a 17-year-old forward who currently plays for the Brazilian club Atlético Paranaense, and football scouts in Brazil are saying that he will be the biggest promising talent coming out of Brazil, even bigger than Endrick, who just signed with Real Madrid from Palmeiras. Now, Barcelona have reportedly approached Atlético Paranaense to inquire about the price of Vitor Roque, and it seems that Atlético Paranaense would be willing to part with the player for around 30 to 35 million euros, which Barcelona consider as an affordable price, even though the player does have an 80 million euro release clause, which Barcelona would not be able to afford. Now, Barcelona will reportedly try to sign Vitor Roque in the summer of 2023, and by then the player will be 18 years old, so he will be able to arrive in Barcelona. Now, another position that Barcelona are looking to reinforce in the summer of 2023 is the right back position, given that Hector Bellerin will be leaving the club and given that Sergio Roberto is not in the condition to be Barcelona's starting right back. Now, it's reported that Benjamin Pavard has contacted Barcelona to offer his services, and his contract with Bayern Munich will expire in the summer of 2024, but it's reported that the French defender wants to leave this upcoming summer, with his favorite destination being FC Barcelona. Now, it's reported that the club are very willing to sign Benjamin Pavard for their right back position, and in fact, it's their favorite option to reinforce the right back position, because Benjamin Pavard could also play in the center back position. Now, it's reported that Pavard wants to leave Bayern Munich because he no longer wants to play as a right back, and instead he wants to play as a center back. So we're going to have to see how Barcelona go around this problem, because after all, if Barcelona do sign Benjamin Pavard, it will be for the right back position, not for the center back position. Now, another player that Barcelona are considering for the right back position is Pedro Porro. Now, as I reported in a previous video, Pedro Porro is a 23-year-old right back who currently plays for Sporting Lisbon, and it's reported that Pedro Porro is looking to leave his current club in the summer, but it's not clear which club he wants to go to, with many European clubs currently after the Spanish defender. Now, it's reported that Barcelona have contacted Sporting Lisbon to inquire about the player's price, and it seems that the Portuguese club would be willing to part ways with their defender with around 20 million euros, which Barcelona consider as affordable. And Barcelona do have an advantage over other European clubs who are interested in Pedro Porro, and that advantage is Francisco Trincao. Now, as you remember, Barcelona offloaded Francisco Trincao to Sporting Lisbon this past summer, and in that contract there's an option to buy back, and Barcelona reportedly would be willing to let go of that option to buy in exchange for a more favorable deal to try to sign Sporting's Pedro Porro. Now, we will end today's video with the news that Manchester United are still interested in signing Memphis Depay. Now, Manchester United are looking to reinforce their attacking line after Cristiano Ronaldo was fired from the Premier League club, given his interview that he gave to Piers Morgan. And it's reported that Manchester United are interested in signing Memphis Depay from Barcelona, and Depay is also interested in going to the Premier League club. But it's reported that Manchester United would only be willing to sign a Dutch forward if he would arrive in the Premier League free of charge. Now, as I reported before, Barcelona are not willing to let Depay go free during this winter transfer market, and they're looking to cash in on his 20 million euro market value. So we're gonna have to see whether Manchester United end up paying a transfer fee to Barcelona for the Dutch forward. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. And as always, peace, Barça.